are you a poor driver with? I mean, I don't know.
Bengekho mnandi, kumele ngikhuluma iqiniso.
Yeah.
And into engishayayo, ina tricks. Letheza ngishayisi ngalo mara. I was looking at other girl agivela phezu kwempilo. Chokugobeka mfethu. Goba ivili. Yo, ibuya. Ina 2 days ngifonele le Khudman. Do you know bayilungise ka iphone? The insurance badayi no.
Nkululeko on culture.
This is Nkululeko on Culture. My name is Nkululeko Nkeo. Thank you. Welcome back to our channel. We are out here in Davidton to speak with my brother, Junior Khanye. The first time I came here was in 2019, trying to interview him. 2 years later, we've changed our lives forever. We'll talk today in this episode about his book. He's just released it. It's called Ghetto Ninja, available on all bookstores for only 250 on all good bookstores. It's called Ghetto Ninja, written by Junior Khanye and Nik the Author, same guy that wrote the book of Teko Modise and Uthembi Kgatlana as well. Shout out to Essence, who's our videographer, Ukhaugelo Sibata, and of course, shout out to Offensa Pilehai, who drove us here today. Thank you so much. Junior, thank you very much for inviting us to your home. So how are you?
Nkululeko, my brother, I mean, I will never change how I greet you. Nkululeko, my brother. No, hi. Thank you, my brother. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
It feels good, man, now. I'm fit always. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for inviting us. You remember the first time I came here, we got lost. Was fonela wathi ngase police station udlule Caltex udlule kwi-bridge uthatha left wokuqala. Do you remember the first time we came here in July 2019?
Yeah, ngiyakhumbula memories. Top kakhulu Nkululeko because iba emotional futhi, yeah. Because kwaleso sikhathi nawo ngithole ngilost spiritually. I was broken, bro, yabo. Whereby bengekho right, man. There was no one next to me, I'll be honest. Didn't even have a phone.
Yeah.
Ngikhuluma ngefoni le ungena kubo internet. I need to be honest, I had a phone whereby phone you could receive a phone, these small phones. But sometimes leyo phone nayo bengibolekile borrowed. So I remember uzala bengekho grand sifonelana, right? Uze phakathi eDavidton azange ubambe freeway ofrembe ngoba ngihlala eThwathwa eDavidton emaphupheni. So ngizange specify ngithe Davidton and then uze phakathi. I had ukuthi ngibambe itaxi la. Kokuqala uzile but kube complicated. Kwesithu ngiyakhumbula masicala ukusebenza sihlangane thitha mara be complicated. Yeah, I remember very well.
Yeah, man, and it's been such an amazing growth for me, for you, for all of us as a team. Actually, and you've written a book as well. There were so many things. So I got this book from Junior. It's signed personally for me, and of course he was always going to give me a copy as well because we're family. But one thing I can tell you is that there were so many things that I found out about my brother that I did not know. I did not know a lot of things we'll talk about here in this interview, and I hope you enjoy the journey as well as we go through them. Some of them are tragic, some of them are really, really touching and emotional as well. I hope you get yourself a copy too. Maybe before we get into the story, do you remember the first phone call you got from Nicholas Kirkenes? I used to work with him, Kosokala Duma. He did Teko Modise's book. I was in the same environment as him. At that time, I was one of the first people that got the opportunity to even read the copy of Teko Modise. It was still a draft format, and it became a best-selling book. Do you remember when the first time you spoke to him?
Yeah, I remember. Funny enough, yazi ngiyamangala because namaye bengikhuluma naye. Yeah, first time I spoke to Nik, Daily Theatre.
Oh, I saw that episode. I was watching that.
Yeah, Daily Theatre ngimithe uNik there. First time ngibona.
Okay.
Bengizwa Nik, I never, by then bengakaze ngimithe in person ingwenya. So ngimbonile lapho ngibuza ukuthi after a special episode iDaily Theatre is educational show idlala kwi-SABC1. Ungibuzile ukuthi ngizwa abantu ubhala incwadi. Where's your book? Ngoba sekunesikhathi. I think it was last year January. Yeah, 2021. Your book kanti iphuma nini ngoba since 2018 ukhuluma ngencwadi and incwadi ayikaphumi manje, and to write a book doesn't take if umuntu is serious and everything is in place. I taught you about the unyaka wonke. 7 months, 6 months, 7 months. Yes. If you guys fully committed, it's going to take that. So mhlawumbe ukuyedithwa yes unyaka, yeah, but all in all ukuyibhala boma 6 months. So uNik uthe makangibuza ngamchazela i-situation ukuthi umfana ngihlangane naye ngamazi. Lo othe ubhala incwadi, his name was Sizwe Faith Sithole. ingwenya umuntu ethe yena ubheka bhala incwadi ka Dino Ndlovu wangibonisa icopy ngabelieve cause the guy showed me a copy through the phone ngoba bekase Russia afundela ubudoctor, but also I saw amaphiko ukuthi he's a professional author. He won the awards ukubhala enye incwadi, I think one of the celebrity bekumuntu music lo muntu, and I think two of them besopana bhala nakadino Ndlovu bekase Russia fune SMS ngenamba enkulu manende nyana ngingambelieve cause uye wasenda ama-proof ukuthi he's a professional author, mara beka computer for ubudoctor bakhe bekafundela nabudoctor. We had a contract email signed by him and me. The rest was history. Saqala wathi ubhala incwadi, but into bengishaya Nkululeko ukuthi incwadi kamala beko the truth behind words.
I remember that title.
Yeah, benenye cover, not this one. Myself Hugged by Ted Dimitro. Ngikhuluma ngayo ngoba benginama high expectations ngoba umfana bekuba nama video calls kune contract, but truly speaking umfana uyaba when the book was about to be out, I remember kuSport 10 ngikhulume ngayo bekumele ngiye nayo cause uTheki uyiqedile manje uyoba nenkinga lo mfana, I think ngama family issues nami ngaba neproof ngayibona amalo wayo whereby angithi into oyisendele yona ngemessage uzoyikhola, especially umuntu osebenzisana naye uba-analysting ukuthi eshimari media ngizoyitshela ukuthini mara ngizoyitshela lento engiyibonile. So engibo emotional ngoba bengipromise abantu ukuthi incwadi yaphuma 2019 if I'm not mistaken ngoJune. Incwadi azangiphume umfana ngaba I didn't even explain na ku media ukuthi ube nama family issues umfana ungibonisile ngiyangathula. Lucky enough njoba ngisho u2019 cheka makaphela u2020 waqala ngilibele ngipostpone ngithi the book is coming ngoba bengiqabanga ukuthi uzowasolve ama problem wakhe. Wadlula na 2019 u2020 benzima Nkululeko cause media beyithi bengapheli interview bangangibuza ngayo. I remember ngika-approach nawo ngithi can you write my book?
Yeah.
Ukuthi bengafuni ukusho okuningi ukuthi umfana what's going on, but ngeke nga-explain kancane kuwe. So the thing is ukuthi ngibe professional ku media bengafuni ukuvela ngesikandane esibi, bengiqala enye journey. Remember bengikhuluma nawe, I remember mangiqala ukuhlangana nawe it was, if I'm not mistaken, 2018 vele or
2019 July.
Yeah, I remember ungimeetha, I think bengiza kuMassive. KuMassive ngishaya around ngabona bangi-explainela ngize noJabu nge-interview. Ngakumeetha, you told me about the Disc TV plan, but I was not aware exactly ukuthi ngoba uye wangifonela. I remember mangisephulukwane uye wangibiza ukuthi i-Disc TV yenza is something like an event. Will you come 5-a-side?
Oh yeah, Massive Metro 5-a-side.
Yeah, ngeza made today we emphasize ukuthi indoda I believe ngizosipana nawe, and for sure mawuzongimeetha ngengikhohle. It was truly speaking I think beku 2018 kuleyo ngoba uDecember truly speaking.
I came to Joburg in 2019 May.
Yeah, it was 2019 right. Ngo December nge 14.
You came back from Polokwane.
Bengibuya.
Yes.
And then
and we had a meeting in December, in middle of December.
20.
Okay.
Bekuyi 20 bengibaya my first car same day Renat Quick.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember. You surprised me because you told me ukuthi December mangibuya January ngabuyi 5 I'm going to give kune contract engifuna siqale.
Yeah.
So I think that was the journey. Iqale lapho and incwadi bra
Oh yeah, I want us to go back to Nik.
Yeah.
So you Nik ukhulume nawe about the book and the complication as you were explaining it. How did you get out of the complication? Naqala nokusipana no Nik.
Yabona njoba ngi-explain wena mawuza January ku daily thetha kula ngimithu Nikho. Yabona le ngimitha wena ngeJanuary uyeza ngimitha same January bangibiza ku daily thetha njoba ngisho ngi-explainela uNik uyangitshela ukuthi ngizoba thi incwadi yapho yaphuma ngimchazela isituation the way ngakhona.
Yeah.
Wathi uNik, look ukuthi ukhulume ku media because uqala enye journey. Remember people will never believe the situation ukuthi kube nama complication for mfana bazobheka wena. Can I write this book? For sure contract was done. Me and Nik Nik, what I promise mina incwadi yakho uzoyibona itoro. If you gonna tell the reality, I'm gonna go and find a publisher, good publisher for you. I'm sure your book will be sold. It will be izothengisa umhlaba. I'm sure it will be sold the whole country, and izoba yenye into. It can turn becoming a movie. For sure, 6 months along the way, uqale January Nik, because February kube nema contract masoyo January sekayophela. Feb first week we started. June done. Wangibonisa wasenda ngahlangana naye Sasolburg at a meeting, wanginika icopy yencwadi before iba so complete iba icopy nje papers. Ngayibona ngayifunda. I was touched ukuthi yimbe ngikhuluma lezi zinto, but it was a reality bengana plan.
So how was the process of recording it? Because one of the problems that I thought I was going to have, mina nawe, ukuthi if we do it together, and you made the right decision to do with Unik, because the professional author, he has an experience of writing bestsellers. He's a fan of Chiefs through his father. He has a tattoo of Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Chiefs. So beni ipala kanjani? Ngoba mina I was worried ukuthi I'm going to have to come here all the time. Beni yenza kanjani in terms of a recorder?
He was based in Devon. But my relative eSasolburg. So beka drive Nik. Bekangitshela sometimes ngefone ukuthi le esikhuluma bengirecorda in most beka driver. Esihlangana noNik abeke this recording whatever here next to me. Naphambi kwakhe uthola ukuthi siyakhuluma whereby I say whatever. Ngoba ngicela ukuthi please masicala lento. Forget lento ikhulume lapha sicale phansi. Mina will decide title lencwadi ukuthi after hearing you ukuthi uthini kule story.
Yeah.
So beka driver. Nini most uzili la ekhaya njengoba uza la emaphupheni ethwathwa. He came I think 3-4 times. And then ismitha neJozi, sometimes we meet halfway. We sit and sichubeke. Yabo? Nini sihlangana khona enye nando sengase Gold Reef City, so we met twice maybe. And then June 2020 the book was done. Ungitshelile uNik ukuthi Junior manje my no Nkululeko, I make a mistake, sorry. I met Nik, I think it was 2021 January, sorry. Yeah, because the book I remember mangizothi ngoJune it was done. I'm very sorry about that. I'm getting confused. Unyaka ngimithile you and stuff, because one thing for sure, uNik into ebuyisingqondo. He was very happy ngeprogress. Angithi incwadi beyinezinto ezimbi. By then, writing a book mina, mangicheck by then bengibhale ngoba my book was not talking about positive things. Incwadi le ngayibhala nalomfana usize Faith, it was talking about negative things. I'm down and out, izinto azambi kahle and stuff. I lost this, my father isn't dating. Back home, lost my house, lost cars and stuff. But uNik ungithola sengisebenzile now, whereby he came and tell me, Junior, compliment, I'm seeing you sebenza noNkululeko. I remember now. Yabo inqondo. Usebenza noNkululeko. I work with Nkululeko Sakhaladuma. Big up to the guy. I hear you. Ama interview mabakubiza, you saying you thank him, which is true. Ngibheka umsebenzi wenu ukuthi Iski TV, you've done wonders for nakithi. I was shocked uma uzositshela siyi-nation ngifavorite Chiefs. Angithi ibuya ingqondo mangizwa manje nje ukhuluma nangale statements etime. When you say Chiefs will never won the league, leader nga 13 points, I thought wahlala. And ngicala ukuthatha serious mina mayiceda for sure. When you guys between you and Nkululeko predict score soqina 3-0 Sundowns 1-1. I remember now. So ungilande, I remember Nkululeko because ungilande January sekabone ijob siyenzile. Angazi uyangithola. That was 2020.
Yeah.
And yangitshela ukuthi now I'm seeing you growing up. I'm sure your book kune negativity mara kunezinto ezigreat. And this is not game mangilanda so. I believe this is not the only book that you write according to what is told.
Yeah.
Akusincwadi yokuqala akusiyoqina. Ngithi wena wazi. Ngithi athi ngibona iprogress yakho. There's things that kusazokhuluma ngazo manje sike sikhuluma ngazo. So Nkululeko ibuyiswa iloko ingqondo. So for sure Nik started the book. I remember last year January. June bephela incwadi last year. Angazi uyangithola. And definitely ngabo September ungitshela ukuthi incwadi must be out. Ngoba uthe to get
you told me about that.
Yeah.
Ukuthi there was a delay from September to March,
yeah.
February.
Delay iswayile we ama protocols we
COVID.
Yeah, ngoba ama-publishers bekathi makhuluma nami mtshela ukuthi my brother we willing bathe mabafunda istory about 3 publishers bangitshela they were excited ngoba incwadi yami uNik ungitshela ukuthi in most i-publisher ithatha 2 months yena in most makabhala incwadi it takes him 2 months to get a publisher khuluma ngoThembi Kgatlana yakateko msithathe 2 months more or less akateko 1 month 3 weeks but yakalo 2 months and weeks eyami ithathe 2 weeks to get a publisher ngoba uthi kimi story i-NP vele wathi uyibuy. So I was excited, but the publisher yabuya back yathi please we're going to check out this book and get this Kupangaka first time, but can you move the end of next year bakhuluma ngo-2022 February. That's when I spoke to you.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. But of course, we'll touch on some of the stories that are in this book. I really want to talk about some of the events as well. I remember recently, either it was a Saturday or Sunday, I read this book. I didn't sleep from 12 midnight. I was watching cricket and my Proteas. I didn't sleep until about 10 XN. I was reading it. It took me like 6 or 7 hours to read through it. So I'm going to take the people or our audience through some of the stories as well inside the book. I believe Langi Kona Manje, once upon a time, Pitso Mosimane was here.
Yeah.
Let people know why was Pitso Mosimane here.
Yeah, Nkululeko mina as a series medal, my brother. Upitso ngifuna just to make people clear, straight to the point. Development when I was playing for Chiefs. I was playing for Chiefs. Ngifike Chiefs under 19. Mangifike Kaizer Chiefs under 19, there is 6 official games. And then Farouk and Ryder was the head coach of under 19. Farouk was the head of coach of reserve side. Reserve side only reserve side. So Ryder baye baqabana Farouk through me. I remember one after game emoqina le 6 official game. Farouk ngisukela ku 2000 beku August ngengikhohle unyaka sokuphela bekuyi-trip kulabafana isikolo that Kaizer Chiefs players attending laba abadlala ku reserve. Farouk bacelile ukuthi if ngifuna lama player ahambe lawa enginika wona, I think they had 6 quality players there. Ngicela ngisane nomfana esikoleni but no, isikolo it's August and then I had to be signed. Kuleko, can I tell you something? I remember first game yami ngidlale ngikhuluma official and reserve. I played one Southern Metropolitan in Cape Town. Ngiyazi le Bay.
Yeah, Bay Hill tournament, yeah.
Pitso was there. And Pitso le game official games sidlale na league. Le official Super Sport.
Yeah, under 19.
Bega coach reserve side.
Okay.
He was coaching Super Sport reserve side. So he saw me there. Wangibona na Metropolitan. That Metropolitan I won play of the tournament. That I remember Gifty Begata, Cheese Boy in Kumaku Paris.
Yeah.
I won play of the tournament. Sadly, I final. But the play of the tournament, I won it. Pitso came there and he wanted to sign, like convinced. And then Pitso no. He started telling Bennett Mashamaku, the one who took me to Chiefs. And then I went to play friendly. After Metropolitan, friendly Kaizer Chiefs in us. In Salalin Stadium. Kaizer Chiefs head. Ichizi ngimangele one day egqwele Milo Park Katrina kanti imoto ze management. UMahlubi bamconvince ukuthi angangitsheli. Same guy, I love him, yabo. But naye beka umsebenzi, he was a scout, also a kit manager. He took management la. They came straight ba beki contract batshela umama ukuthi le i-contract yesikolo. Chamala mbelithanda isikolo. My father read it for sure, explain ukuthi isikolo. And also, emphasize in the football. Isikolo basibala. My father was confused us, but I emphasize isikolo. Ngoba bazi ukuthi ichama isikolo. They signed 5 years. Without me knowing. My mangifika le like weekend ngoba beze kuyi-choose ngengikhohle. Beze kuyi-Tuesday beku-20 2000 sekuphela kuyi-Tuesday. I was very, very touched emotionally because mina isikolo bengasifuni kule. Azange sa esikoleni ngiyi-1. So Kaizer Chiefs bekune-tendency ukuthi if you are failure and then ba-check on the performance awubanike ivine. Whether uJune or December, usign it today, tomorrow back for release. It doesn't take time. Kaizer Chiefs they had special players by then. Farouk used to tell us that Kaizer Chiefs could sign anyone. So ngingaba upset mina when I get upset Nkululeko man, I don't by then football kunokukhula bengingabheke emuva yabo. I told them ukuthi number one, I'm not gonna go to school. Besi 7 ngami endlini. Ngasala nge1 endlini ngathi I'm not gonna go. Just give me my clearance. I knew ukuthi Pitso wanted me. But into bengishabe sengifrustrated ile contract. And it was 5 years because Mahlubi told me because nekhopha bayishiyanga. So mange officeini because ngikhumbula mangaya ngesikoleni ngalelo langa ngifuna transport ngayo officeini. Azange bangivumele ngene village. And then I went back besijime Milo Park because there was this contract with Rau and Milo Kaizer Chiefs sponsored by Rau program of excellence for SK. Nyanga dineka ngabuyela endlini Mahlubi came back ngambuza ukuthi wangenza so because ngizwile ukuthi bokhona. Bathi bekancinci ispan bayibamtranisha. I understood very well. It's very emotional to me. But now engqondweni yami bese ngiqaba ngoPitso because uPitso by then bampromote uya kusina side at SuperSport.
Yeah.
So Pitso utshela uMahlubi ukuthi ngibuild i-team. I remember he brought Richard Ranji who was playing for SuperSport.
Yes, I remember.
He brought Richard Dinkley from Super. And bengidlala nabo school Metropolitan bengidlala against bona. I was very ngoba la bekumkhukhu Nkululeko. Into bengishaya pressure. My father was working besingalali singadlanga but I wanted to change life yami. Dear mangibona laba footballers. I'm a former that they were playing abo Poland bona abo Chabo Philip Choma Pena. Ngibabona abo Thabiso Malatsi. Mangibabona so because I used to see them in person. Badlala la. So when I see them driving whatever, I didn't know about their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Bengiba nengqondo ukuthi nami want to change this but mina ingqondo yami Nkululeko first priority. Yazi mawukhula background ithama ubona ukuthi every day lizana impupho. Lizana something. You always want to do the same.
Sure.
Ngithi kuba into ingena engqondweni ukuthi time will thenga igesi mayiphelile igesi.
Yes.
Noma ngabe ithama lami lagasa but make sure endlini lizaphethe impupho lizaphethe ama dry pack. December mangiqela doesn't akusumuntu ongithengela impahla but tough is the school I get it. Incwadi textbook mabathi short text by then bese sithengela ama textbook. So ngikhula na that mentality so bengibona ngithi ngifuna ukushintsha impilo le lami nethana. And for sure Nkululeko I can tell you ukuthi uPitso their contract kungayi kwami esikolweni kuhleli 1 week. The following week Kaizer Chiefs beyodlala i-friendly game ku first team beyodlala players that they were not playing. And mina ngenkani ukuthi ngayila ngoba bese ngiqabanga lento yeSuperSport Pitso because Pitso after that he came straight here. Yabona he came straight and not even once, twice, 3 times. Angisakhumbula but not once. My mom saw him and into benzima ukuthi Nkululeko maba sebakutshela nge-first team contract yeSuperSport. And then ucabanga 5 years development Kaizer Chiefs has signed. Ubheka Kaizer Chiefs they doing well at the senior side bengisha. Ukuthi ngifuna ukuchange situation when am I going to get promoted the 5 years mangahlala la bangiqine izwa. So I was feeling as if Vela was buried alive.
So bashayeke Pitso. Ukuthi you already signed the contract with Chiefs. But they thought that they could sign you easily and you could
the
go
contract bengekho show ukuthi development and first team.
Okay.
If it was development, yes, they could sign a first team contract bond. That contract was gonna be wrapped off.
Oh, okay. I see.
Because it's a professional
But
contract.
at what point did it end? I believe you confirm ukuthi they offered a signing on fee of 50,000.
Yeah.
But what made them stop coming?
You know what they did? After that 2 weeks, there was a trip. The trip beye ogni players that were not playing.
Okay. Yeah.
So that trip, Chabu from Lipule Mahlangu currently, he was there. Uyumuntu bekadlala team, he was there. I'm not gonna say much about him, but he was there. Omunye umuntu, yeah, Tinash was there as a regular, but Tinash bekabuye ku-injury. I think bafuna ukumbambisa momentum because was a regular.
Yeah.
The rest of my players were but very top class players because which is the noma. I remember he center back angeke call. Begu Fabian Maketi, Peter Matsitse left.
Oh wow.
Yeah, David Kanamea right back.
But the squad somebody danga.
Yeah, but sometimes they could play because the squad. Yeah, so ni kule game number 5. Like Mzizi was there from reserve. So bamfakile ukuthi azibonakalisa. Bebacela ukuhambisa uMoshini. Dr. Khumalo and Iskhuze took over. But they were about to appoint a coach. Ntokozo Sikhakhane Lucky Mzizi, Tomrico October. Those players bekumele bahambe, so uLucky ngamthola Kaizer Chiefs, Ntokozo ngiqale naye same year 2000. NeTomric ngiqale nabo. So uLucky Mzizi dala ku Kaizer Chiefs. So they were promoting these 3 players. Bebahamba nabo ukuthi daba we sure already. So mina ngibatshelile ukuthi if I'm not going with this trip, Monday ngwela back ekhaya, don't care nge-contract and stuff. I think they've realized ukuthi akusi professional contract. Yabo? Lo mfana uzoyithola lo. Ngifana nabo. Mara ukuhamba la kumele ngibe nevar, ngimzwile uDr Khumalo athi behind my back. Ngiyazi umuntu okishibe ngifrustana, Grootman eligrain belinqanyo litayi. Nangu umuntu already was pointing into Sikhakhane. Lo akekho ready wa first, yabo? My body was thin, short. Bengimncane kakhulu Nkululeko, yabo?
16, 17.
Yeah, turning 17. Ngengikhohle. Leyo trip leyo Nkululeko, I remember ngiqala ebhenchini. Ngihambile ngenkani vele bagcine bathi ngihamba, mara changing room there was that leyo nkulumo. So Lucky bekahleli nami ebhenchini, Ntokozo Sikhakhane started eTomric. The game was top because uFilon Masinga bekabuye ngapha Nkululeko. So adlala kuBayern.
Oh yes, you describe in the book ukuthi Philemon Masenga was starting something, some sort of a team, even though he was playing. Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah, he played with those players. He was there, and then in ngithema kule game le makudlalwa, the game was top notch, and lo muntu abamkhipha uYujabu beku-star player kuleya game because ngathi ushaya 2 mara bakhipha yena for mina kusele ngoba mina into bengiyenza was clever, mina ngayobuza uReferee ukuthi how many minutes esele, because I wanted to know ngoba ingqondo yami Nkululeko, mina I always wanted to make it different mangizana, and lapha bekwi-break it or make it bengazi ukuthi ngifostile and I'm look like ngizwile nenkulumo. So uyangitshela boma 37 minutes bengishawa 37. So mangitrepa ibhola first time ngiyakhumbula ibhola libaleka, second touch ngiyatrepa liphumela ngaphandle, ibhench elisukume abo ace nami Mtwish. At that touch Nkululeko, I remember ngenze enye into nama khulini. So the 37 minutes Nkululeko, my life was changed because I remember phakathi ngumafane after game beqela crowd ngoba beku full Kaizer Chiefs squad,
but it's a friendly game.
Yeah, so after game phakathi kwangitshela ukuthi yapho wena usibonise enye yabo. Ace Khuse came to me as well, nomtokisho time amela unzima kakhulu, yabo. I was not aware mina ngoba ngithe foka angingenda ngoba bengazi kwenzakala. Ngibuye endlini la ngathatha ngoba we were not allowed by then ukubuza. Ngithe mangibuya ngihleli ngimamele iWFM bekusaspana uLo Sports.
Sure.
Amkhumbula.
Yeah, Udo Karos.
Mention ukuthi uDr Khumalo bakhuluma naye. Une diamond la siphethe secret weapon lo mfana nizombona so Junior Khanye. We signing him recent before the this week was short. Ngilele la endlini engikho complete.
Yeah.
So by then Nkululeko ngizokutshela iqiniso. uPitso mangicela ukusayina bekuba ne press conference uKaizer Chiefs. Ngisayine kulelo viki, ngisayine during on Friday. Ngisayine during and then Thursday before by Friday, I remember, I won't forget. Bekune press conference. Kula kuzodlala le game eSundowns. Whereby angibangale ngibe sesquadini ukuthi ngivele ngoba mangibuya vele ngivele ngasayina ngatraina nabo 2 days and then ngaba sesquadini. That's when ke uPitso indaba yakhona icancel.
All right. I mean, that's an incredible story. And I wanted to find out after reading about it on the book, because it's not clear what is the reason why Pitso did not sign you eventually.
Yeah.
But now that you're explaining it, I'm enlightened better, and I hope a lot of people as well be inspired to go and get the book. Most of the things, one of the themes here that appears very often, we're not going to get through all of these stories. We don't have time. And also, people must buy a book as well. Really, you need to buy a book in order to get all the stories out here. Your car accidents. Are you a poor driver? What's wrong with you? Like, you're 15 car accidents, enye ushayisa ngayo isentsha brand new. Why?
My mom will tell you. One, the license I got being a scale emphakathi, yabo. Mangithi license being a scale. No, mina ngazi ngine problem njani Nkululeko, mina I'm straightforward mapha. Yeah, ngindoda. I think no Christ man uphinda uxolele man mawukhuluma ivara.
Yeah.
And those are things that gone. And we teaching these kids, they don't have to go there. Omunye akabuyi bra. First car, it was GTI R limited edition, equal 7 namanje. Kule model namanje 7 R. There be GTI R limited edition 6 push nakhona by 2004. Le moto le ngiyiphaya le license ngenze ngefoni. I didn't even call it. Bayenza.
No fingerprints taken.
Bayenza. Done yaphuma. I bought like bank wanted to see the card.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? They don't test Ivan. Now license I wanna done. Give him a car. Angit before unikwe imoto mele insurance and stuff. Bank. My battery bank. Mele babun license. They saw the license mara ngimnandanga ngazi nga driver na noma yini bengiyabo. I couldn't even drive before bengakazi. So first car qabanga ngipha namhlanje besane Pirates ngengoli. Isidla 2-1 Korutho. Equalize.
Oh, so Vilakazi.
Yeah, umapagazi.
Out here to live.
Mapagazi.
Hey, tell her. So you were playing against Pirates, you get your car.
Ngithola Friday.
Yeah.
Same Friday mele engisekempini. Ngithi nyavaya ngizobonisa leli. Ishayisa indlela sekhaya two-way. Le la imuva. Main road. Ukuze ngizopaka ekhaya, umuzi wasekhaya ungale mina nyale bekumele ngishaya islow. Ngishaya islow la ngibheka ngale moto yashaya bra. So my ishaya inyu namhlanje ngilanda namhlanje ishaya namhlanje. So my mom cried tears nje makaphuma because benzima kakhulu beautiful Nkululeko and with the sound I was excited. But they quick. And ngibhala this car. My favorite car was VR6 by then. Mara uNkulunkulu nenyanya bathi decided ukuthi asinikele. So I was lucky because the van kubishayisa idindami nyokhawuthe ngoba ishayile umnyango waphambili but kale.
Yeah.
Shayivile lela semuva lapha ngale.
Was it your fault or the other driver's fault?
Wrong. Ngoba isilolo ngishaya le moto phela kuna stop sign for him. He's coming. Ngimjidimina ene bengithefuka nqa.
Yeah.
Yeah, bengithe bengimshaya. Ele ngikhupha effect but excited ukuthi ngiboniso le.
Yeah. And we react kanjani olethi yona?
Yeah, I cried. You cried.
Yes.
She cried, my brother. Already cried too much yona Nkululeko but ngafonela insurance banginika bangilethele ikhethi sky remember nge-breakdown ye-test. But the Grootman le insurance complainini how mfana. You just join us today. We see approve deal yakho manje ne-HIC Junior. But you lucky na kusaphila mfana kithi. Hayi le moto izokubulala boy. Ngambuza izolunga wathi yeah. Sharp. Bayehlisa tears and stuff. They took the car. But inhliziyo yami ibuhlungu lethi libona ikhawuthekile and stuff. Yabo ene lendlu le beyisesafa. Beyiseyizophela vele kushot bese ngirufela ngifaka amaplanka and stuff. So I need bese kunzima Nkululeko ukuthi ngokhe. Enye into yabo ngoba mina first
people know you as well.
First season indaba mina Nkululeko ebenchini azangihlali. They can tell with Kaizer Chiefs. I couldn't sit on the bench. Yabo and even the person being replace because star player.
Yeah.
So mhlambe that's why enye into yabo. So ngoba khona la ngathi ngene North yo ukwabona ukhohliwe eNorth eJozi.
Yeah.
Mina nyawokha ngithi nyayehla ngibuyijisha.
You forgot that you're a superstar.
Kuleko yazi indaba kuyeka ababhlungu aqine bangitholela imoto vele ngibhadala ezongibeka la endlini ngoba they end up 40 even lama taxi driver alwa ngoba bekunenqondo ukuthi lo mfana lo mela khibele ngapha nalo mela khibele ngapha ukhumbula abantu ihlaphe njengale bayithanda.
Yes.
We need to be honest yabo. So ivaru ukuthi lokho Nkululeko imoto cabanga le moto mayiqeda ukubuya ngoba ithe mayibuya ku 3 weeks ichayisa ina 2 days ya chayisa. I was looking at other girl agivela phezulu kwempilo. That's true. It's a reality. Yabo.
That's why I keep on asking you, are you a poor driver with I mean I don't know.
Bengekho mnandi mele ngikhuluma iqiniso. Yeah. Yabo. And into engishayayo ina 3 weeks. Letheza ngishayisa ngalo mara. I was looking at other girl ngiyakhumbula ngasemabaleni natural. Gibela phezulu kwesitini imoto chokugobeka mfethu. Goba ivili yo ibuya. Ina 2 days ngifonele le Grootman. Do you know bayilungise kayifone? The insurance but I know cause bayilungisile after was 2 mayibuya mhlambi ihleli inyanga ngalala ngidrive yabo I remember bengihaske lapho ngibuye eMonaco sese eRivonia ngipampa shithi mayizofrempa ngiyalala kumele ngibambe isitupu ngigibele enechureni ngiyalala mangivuka ngishaya seyidlulile nengifuna ukujika bemele ngihambe straight mina ngifuna ukuthena ishaya yabo mayishaya ngifonele Grootman ithi Junior are you aware ukuthi espanini manje kuzoba nenkinga your record now
Yeah.
even this car mawuyithengisa ivelu yakhona yabona so and it's a reality Nkululeko this and
There's another interesting story that I liked about the car accidents because lena in a consequence. Lapho khona I think ushaya imoto ezi 3 or 4 and then kunongamla olibhulu who keeps on following you. Yeah, talk to us about that.
Yeah, leyo qina I think leyo qina insembo kakhulu because ngale moto ngikhuluma ngayo same car. Le moto le wena Nkululeko ishaye kusho ukuthi same ngasema kule freeway le kune garage between EPP I2 no kune PP ka left McDonald's so mina ngibuya via Joseway ngendlini leya highway leya phambi kwe Gold Reef City
Yeah.
engingalala la and I was with 2 girls so ngishayise even imoto ezi very expensive cars bro yabo and beyond repairs yabo and ngoba nganga collapse yabo when I woke up azange bachitha isikhathi remember engingami guys kia yabo it's only one car kule moto ngisho ngoba sizaba beyond repair so only one car kunotaki obeka ngifrostana vana lengama wangiqheleka yabo ukuthi no man look this boy mxolele but nakhona sengivukile ngoba Nkululeko nyenga collapse la yeah almost died ngoba ngathi mangibheka le moto ngabheka le moto engizishayisile mase bangivezela ibe ku disaster yabona ngoba definitely ukuthi kwenzakalena ngikhumbule was heavy trunk blackout yabe ngibishaya ngoba I remember mangihamba ngalelo bengimixa premium Jack Daniel neStorm so enye nenye bene plug la yabona no it's a fact
Yeah, so what happened with Ungamla lo because from what you're telling us in the book is that he kept on bekamane kulandelelela
Ungamla le he gave me 30 days uthi imoto asebenza ngayo yeah 30 days ngimchazela ukuthi ngoba espanini baye ba truly speaking I remember nge-accident le yoqina Kaizer Chiefs dlule a month njengoba zongithola ngizocollapse lapha eDepisini bangibizile bangitshela ukuthi now umelusi ebank uthi kunenyanga ezithunga ezijambisile cause into besenzeka le moto maseychayisa bese ngisibhadalela ene bese ngilungisa abantwini not straight
through insurance.
Yeah ngichecka the cheapest place noma ngabe kuseJozi or kuphi bayilungisa but uyayibona manje shape yakhona iyaphuma yabo kushape so lengamla bengilandelela one tracker yafanda ukuthi oh ifootballer yabo yangilanda office like say landiwe izam through office seyifonela through the office ukuthi sorry kune client yini so le client inkweleta imoto nengisebenza ngayo now is quiet lo muntu lo I don't know okanye ngiyaqela mangabe niyambhadala ngizoclaim imali yami kini ezikampani ngicela niyidonse ngoba yakho asifanele ukubhadala le moto I need this car so engilandelele lengamba Nkululeko ngilandelele bese ifakilanga ngoba evillage bebangitshela ukuthi one and uthatha Kaizer Chiefs akusu junior Khanye alone junior Khanye Kaizer Chiefs so now ibrand uyayidenta so boy we don't have a choice yabona maseyiso ikayi2 thina kuma we team ama activities we team so suspend out uzithola team bese sakurelease you wanna pay that ngoba this lengam that's irritated you want to come here and you keep on telling me ukuthi besingekho ku scenario yes client lethu junior you need to sort out wena no junior mele sim project yamara mfana siyakutshela si the boy solving inkinga zakhe eziningi decide ukuthi wenzani ngayo
Yeah.
so bengafuni i-team ukuthi zifake into eningi yabo itshela lengamla ngilandelela nini sengireceive iletha ama lawyer why yabo la ngihlala khona ePalm Springs because I remember one day Kaizer Chiefs bangikhipha lapha endlini yabo but azange bangikhiphe grand I left some trophies of mine even there lengamla beseyiza lapha eTownhouse ngilinde egate ngizwa ngibaleka ngirun away from you we understand so Nkululeko le anti yanghunter bese ngifrustrate enye into bengishaka kakhulu because I was released by team but still ingamlingilandelela ukuthi lo muntu lo kumele ngidle indle yakhe
In the end, how did you resolve that problem?
Ekugcineni Nkululeko, I'll be honest to you, ngoba 2006 still this thing bengilandelela, but into bengiphendula ukuthi angisipani. You can do research ngefootball angisipani. 2006 ngibuye back ekhaya ngahlala. Inkinga bekuthi kumele ngimtshele ivari nayibona. I sit home ngamtshela ngathi I lost the house. You understand? And manje mangithi I'm losing this, enhle kazange ngithi ngiluzile, ngithi I'm gonna lose this house because angisayibhadala. And there was money ngingayikhipha for this house. That's a situation wangitshela, look, ikayithu, just sell this house mfethu. Le mali owayikhipha unginike yona. But funny enough, mangibuyela kunenye melusi bephethe standard so yazi. Mawujoin iKaizer Chiefs mali usibe uya kuye for i-credit card and i-card bank. Ngithe mangibuyela kuye, he told me ukuthi hayi mfana kithi imali esuyihafile nayi. But ungizwe kahle, when we take this house, imali uzoyithola ile. Not the money lo uyibhekile ukuthi ibhadalile.
Sure.
Abo wangi-explainela ukuthi wasted isikhathi bank and stuff, we're gonna sell this house so ngeke safana. You understand? Shop indla ifana nemoto and stuff. Wanginika okuncane ngathatha le mali wena Nkululeko. Ngayithi va kule ngamba. Iyakucala iba quiet.
Yes.
Uyangithola?
Yes.
Mara still hayi ukuthi ngimhafe yonke.
Yeah, but you gave him something.
And then waphinde understand. I think yet ngoba ngathi masengilandelela bekanabo dakhe yabo. Abanye bam-understand ukuthi the boy somncane naku is trying. Naye wangitshela nini eqinini, I remember zongibamba beku-2007. Abojuna ngitshela ukuthi look, it's fine. Mara bengimkoleta inyuke phaa because bekuyile moto lezi zabo double cab.
Do you remember how much you gave him?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Nkululeko the guy gave him close to 70k. 70k, yabo.
And in your estimation, how much you should have given?
I should have given him 180, close to 200.
Yeah.
Yabo. But you wangizwela wagcina ngitshela ukuthi no, young man, let's is a lesson. But he was rich that time masengilandeleni. Yabo. Cause another one kule accident udakhe ugcina by friend. He end up being close second guide yabona ukuthi you don't have to go buya kwesinaro mfana. Into njengaleya bengeke usurvive.
All right. Why do you think you didn't die from any of these accidents? Because azange ngakhuluma nomuntu who's gone into so many accidents, and you, by all accounts, either you should have been in a wheelchair or you should have died. So many car accidents.
The answer is simple.
I've lost a cousin with car accident. It was the first one, and I lost him that day in 2012 or 2011.
The answer is simple. I think ungumfanekiso man. uChriste bekumele kudlule lapho. Yeah, kuna mistake. Mina I believe mangabe bakudubula bebafuna mina, basifuna uJunior, but hlangane nawe skip up mhlambe bengifaka esimnyama or wena ufaka esimnyama nawe. Badubule wena bathi besifuna uJunior. No, kuNkulunkulu akusi mistake. So bekumele kube nomfanekiso, bekumele ngidlule la ngidlule khona. Though it's risky, bro. I'm not saying intando yami because it's not my definitely my brother akusi ingqondo yami ukuhlakanipha kwami to bypass yonke lento kuya kuyo. Because ama-accident engibe nawo, into engishayile kokuqala bengidrayiva ngihasi. Accident yonke engiyenzile ngenze ngihasi. Another thing, lama-accident engiwenze ngihasi bengakabi perfect. You understand that, bro? Ngoba ivar ukuthi Nkululeko in most bekuthotting busy ngefone, ngiyadrive yena ngisi-perfect. And I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Some accident wenzeka kanjalo. So ilakhi bra ayi Nkululeko ngifuna ukutshela manga ngisukuhlakanipha kwami.
Absolutely.
Yeah, ilakhi because wonke be dangerous. Mawacheka ngibheka le moto, even if I think now it's touching.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you didn't die because I got a chance to meet you and work with you. We'll summarize and wrap up the last two stories. I want to talk to Junior. I've never spoken to him about these two stories. Ghetto Ninja, you can get it on all bookstores, 250 rands. We're going to launch it in March as well. You will see the launch on all social media. Junior, Khanye, Diski TV, all of our social medias will be in Rosebank towards the end of March. We'll give you all the updates and details when we get to that point. Ghetto Ninja, get it in stores out now. I know you, but I'm wrapping up now this conversation Yaminawe with these two stories. I didn't know Indaba kaTebogo, and I didn't know the situation in time alago. Let's start with Tebogo. What do you remember about him? He was your brother. He died very, very young. For me, it was even emotional when I thought about should I ask you that or not ask you.
No,
Is it
no,
too
yeah,
emotional?
yeah.
Umkhumbula kanjani umjita? What kind of a kid he was?
Yeah, it's touching Nkululeko, but we went through that endlini.
Yeah.
The boy ugula Olilam. Yeah, bagula same as ngeunyaka we-1. Ulelike lagulela ukuhamba emhlabeni yabo. So namfana get sick and spiritually.
So when I'm 1986, when you are
85.
When 85, yeah, I'm 19 ban.
Umfana kushuthi ulandele mina the following year.
Oh, 86 yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The boy 86 years. The boy ngo-April. The boy ijive ushuthi ugule ngendlela quick. Uyawasimangala. And into bengishaya wena Nkululeko ukuthi ugula ukwabona umuntu nina endlini yonke into ugrene nilala ku right sharp ekuseni avuke achange. Whereby I don't believe mina entweni zabantu ngwenye indlela nalendlini bazokujela yabo. I don't believe in terms of umuthi and stuff. Yes, abanye imndeni banokusho mangidown ukuthi ayindoda kumele ucheck. I don't believe Joe yabo. I always trust uChrist angazwa. So lenxa sasendlini be confused because ayisaka doctor bayijikisa babonex. Come uba nento engathi amafitha. Uyafeinta uyavuka. Yabo uyafeinta uyavuka. It was very deep indaba yakhona. Ngapha iolila msikilele like ikulela uhamba.
Yeah, I remember you were saying ukuthi you had to go to ugogo wakho.
Yeah.
When your mother was too sick.
Umama mngeni wayesibhedlela. Uhleli esibhedlela umama 6 months. He was admitted 6 months.
Yes.
Yabo 6 months and inxosa sendlini into eyamshaka kakhulu yabo. Uthe makabuya. We lost this boy yabona. And simluza kanjani wena Nkululeko we try Jobe sebaqala manje yabo. Kumele ngibe nevara. Baqala bamisa kwabanye abantu yabo.
So the doctors are saying akana lutho.
So spiritual khona abantu ba advise olady umisa kulabantu ababa prophet yabo. Bamise thola ukuthi nabo bayasho hey inkinga khinje kuzo. We not saying angithi by the nama ngina power but ngiyakhula yabo. So but I could see ukuthi this is deep. And bengimbona umfana ukuthi now for real deep indaba yakhe ukugula yabo. And for sure we end up lost.
Do you have any memories of him? I know you if he died when he was 6, now you were 7. So you won't have too many memories, but what kind of a kid he was? When he was healthy, what kind of a kid he was?
Yeah, one we were close man. Bengibona ngithi ezusho. I won't remember everything. We close ulilambele imfrastana kakhulu.
Sure.
Yeah, ngoba bekasimila njenge olady mangikhumbula kancane. Nakuma photo manje when I check him, it's the same. And in most into bengithi mangikhumbula mahamba naye neolady mali mkukile phela they were praising ukuthi beautiful ngathi intombazana.
Oh
yeah ngathi intombazana she was like he was ebeka nelo he was
like, good looking.
Yeah ngathi olady and for sure bengathi intombazana we out. So umuntu into bengikhumbula ngayileyo and indaba yena into engayibona ngingazi ukuthi umuntu bengengibe ngaleyo bengengiconclude but vele mangithi bengithi ngimbona the way besikhula beka quiet. Alibele bengimbona quiet.
Okay. Let's wrap it up then with the final story. Sergeant Khanye. I remember when I was listening on radio, I didn't know you at the time. You were explaining to Robert Marawa on Metro FM ukuthi kwenzakaleni endlini at that time. I think it was 2012, 2013, around the time. I can't remember the dates.
2011, ngebirthday yami bengimbeka.
Oh, okay.
Beku 12 yena makashona.
Sure.
2011.
So maybe let's talk about him as a timer. You've spoken in this conversation yami now ukuthi he always fought. He always made sure ukuthi kunokudla endlini. He never left the family ahamba ye komunye umuzi komunye umndeni and leave you guys alone here. Let's just first talk before we talk about the incident itself. Ukuthi bekuyitime enjani, and you also mentioned ukuthi bekasithanda isikela. What kind of a man was Sergeant Khanye?
Yeah, quiet. Quiet ngwenya.
Did you want any visitors, some of your friends here?
Yeah, beyanganankinga.
Sure.
But always cautious. Indaba yebhola beyangayizwisisa ukuthi ngizoreach professional football. Cause this thing with emndenini akekho ke wayenza. Yeah, another thing.
And naye wayedlala idisk.
Yeah, I never read it. I heard it was good. Yabo. Enye into futhi bekabona the will hate labafana ngakhona afterwards. So this thing with mele bene education mina ndoda angikhonanga ukuthola isikhathi sokuqeda. But bengisithanda isikole. But the background ebengiyo bekunzima ukuthi ngesikela ngibhe fit and stuff. I situation yasendlini ayithi ukuthi ngiyofuna isipani. ngoba bengifuna ukushintsha impilo yami and nawe besoqala manje umama kakhona yabo sihlangane esigela ngoba i-Old Lam naye for sure umuntu bekambona e-school but ukuthi baze babe close into yebhola but bekanokumbona esigela makasho webhayi kumuntu ufuna ukuthi impilo banokuxoxa sometimes but ukuthi babe bonke indaba yedisk bahlangana endabeni yedisk yabo i-Old Limbuke so ivar ukuthi quiet always emphasize indaba esigela indaba
were you scared of him?
Yeah, kakhulu ebelingishanga ngithi. Yeah, belingishanga ngathi ngililwa nentanga yalo.
Until what age did he stop doing that? Because meaning yazi incose yami ngayishaya like 1 when she was 3 and it's like
mina belingishaya
she's too old now.
Nkululeko. Belingishaya time if I'm not mistaken mangabo ma 11.
Yeah.
Belistop ngishaya. Yeah, lingishayile time and intonyana enqani kimi kulo bengirong because bese try protect ukuthi ngoba qala bengena ngesikhathi endlini secondly belingangikhanyi so belingayizwisisi mangifuna into mele ngireport tshela ioleli ngoba lona nokuba approach hayi ukuthi belisi but quiet yazi umuntu quiet ungangeni kulo
yeah it's difficult
yeah.
It's difficult
so benzima kakhulu ukuthi ngize ngimlandelele but ama results futhi bekangishama ngifeyilile. Yeah, when I failed,
yeah, it wasn't easy for him to talk to you guys like unbize 2-3 of you or whatever like bekakhuluma easily nomndeni njengoba usho ukuthi he was quiet. He never had moments where he speaks. Okay.
Umuntu bekakhuluma naye lendama akatrace into ngomndeni. Fana nalesikhathi azobona umama eNcosa. I comment kumama ukuthi ngibona indoda yenze 1 2 3 4 manje mina thathe care umntana abantu nalabantwana bazophuma.
So he never set you down to give you that wisdom ukuthi look now you have to fight for that family.
No bekakotisa ile kahle uli lami ithama lami beliconcern yazingani kuleko belibona ukuthi 1 enhlekelela yenza le research belifivichis always being nokumuzwa makakhuluma about players who are letting themselves down because of behavior. Because by then already besekhona ama-player aletha down eDavidson indaba LHIPF
sure.
So beliconcern ukuthi ngendlela okukhula ngayo la endlini once you start going le uzozilawula manje bekangangitsheli direct but bengimuzwa makatsheli leli and bekafuna ukuthi anything that will happen whether injury and stuff ngibe ne-education eside yabo so ingwenya bengangitsheli straight mina betshelo leli ukuthi yazi tshela lo muntu isikolo ngizwe indaba eKaizer Chiefs we love Kaizer Chiefs yemndenini sambona uzile nala elokushini agcoka ama-tracksuit and stuff but who said he's going to be promoted and who said he's going to maintain noma aphonyotho.
And the worst thing is that when you didn't want anything to do with isikela
ayi bengengikhona
ungasifuna sibone isikela
ya into bengishaya inyo ngifuna ukushintsha life yala neyami amele ngibe nevara yabo so ikhaya mina Nkululeko njengoba ngisho le khabe ngifuna ukulishintsha like bengihlale ngifuna ukushintsha le like njengoba ithama njengoba ngitshela bengibona ukuthi uyafuna but amandla wekho.
Yes
uyangunderstand. I remember by Blockstein ayibekela ngaphandle hleli isikhathi eside bengibona ukuthi uyafuna but amandla wekho so into beyenye bengiphusha ukuthi ngigcine yabo but ithama ukuthi lingatrace Nkululeko but I remember mangizocala ukudlala kuKaizer Chiefs bamtshela ukuthi I'm about to be promoted especially ezozwa le interview naye ngoba uyangitshela uthi the time ngizoyizwa naye ihead eradweni and bekangayikholwa but ngathi manje usayina uzubona ukuthi bekangayizwisisi indaba yebhola bekakhona he went to school eSpanini yabo bekahereza yabo mara bekangabatshela ichoice ngoba bekakhona ukuthi abatshele i-relationship labo bekakhona ukuthi athi namhlanje incosi yami yosayina la ngelikhulu uthe vayani mina ngikrene ene bebafuna yena yabo ne-Oleli wathi no vaya ngivayini yankelami ngavane Oleli nami.
Yeah. So you remember did he ever go to a match?
Thama lami njengoba ngitshela never watch me in FNB any game nje.
That's a lost opportunity.
Yeah bekangafuni kuleko njengoba ngitshela like bekanenye ingqondo sharp uyowangicompliment ungitshelile masengidlala ku-PSL ukuthi ayidlalile ndoda namhlanje but I think you can do better. Into bekahlala yisho yabo.
Sure.
Nakhona makakhasa. Akusumuntu bekahasa ke like mara kahle. ushaya aphinda ngihlalise masekathi tips enabona mhlambe sekabona immaturity udolo endlini ngiyambona unokuletha something uqale ithoni sekaqala ukukhuluma nami abona kuwa ama foundation ukucala ama foundation la endlini kuletha amasamenda amakapa into eningi itina wacala ngizendo sharp you doing well keep it up ne phela okuningi beyangakhuluma.
Yeah, it's a lost opportunity.
Yeah.
Can we close off the conversation then? I don't want you to relive that experience. A lot of people knew the story from Radio Uguti. There was an incident in Taimalak when they stabbed him here.
Yeah.
And that's a sad situation. Just tell us what happened to Bego Abobane Labo Benzaloko.
Yeah.
There was a court case as well. What happened to them? Were they ever arrested for killing your father?
One, Nkululeko njengoba ngitshela umkhukhu bekumkhukhu la. Abantu basuka nomamam. Ithi ama-parents. In fact, parents bangithi ama-parents. Labafana abosisi babo, which is ngikhuluma ngama-family, whereby i-family member, some of the members ekhaya inabantwana kulo mndeni.
Sure.
Abosisi babo bakhula nomamam.
So they treat each other like family?
Yeah, nobo mamncane wami, the late mamncane wami, Thandi. And no mamncane wami lo wamanje. Yabo uMalifu. Bakhula bonke. But kwenye area la, so ithe mayiza la, mangakhalendlu, mangicabanga when I listen to court, nayo yonke lento sebayirelease manje. Babe jealous kuleli kumamama ukuthi bakhula bonke, but why lo mntana edlala ibhola? Because there's intwana, I remember yakhona i-1 le eyeza la i-1 ekhona bekubuya kwelinye iqala lemela. Yeah, so abosisi baye babiza lo mfana loyo ukuthi can you get your friends abayi-3 4 ngawo na imali hamba nothenga amabhodlela but nosibulalela la mntu.
Was the target you?
Nkululeko labantu bazobulala everybody shuthi bese kuyi-jealous njengoba ngisho lawo mama their sister lo yasikhula naye which is Olila why azokhinga yabo so yaza senzeni siqhumeni lamni like i-jealous.
So they could have killed everyone in the house?
Cause bathi mabangena ngabe ezobasho kanjalo cause yazi kwenzakaleni Nkululeko 2020 makuzosa kube 2012 ngoJune I was sleeping neThamala mama mbeka semlindweni nalo Chero Senjini ne Chero Senjini blessing in disguise beka pregnant lenxoso itholelayo nje.
Yes. A beautiful young kid.
Bye emlindelweni kuyasonto la endlini iZion Postal wise ulele mina la mina bengine timer ekhumbula ngene ngabo 9 endlini bengisamwe not far yintwana bathi zola nje sixoxa simela ngaphandle ngangena la ngivulela ala ngene ingubeni lalala bekumuntu olala 9 o'clock bengazi uthwala. So mina ngiplomile nengihlena lo mfana ngabo 2 past 11 ngamkhapha ngavala ngikhiya le nokle lomnyango lo la igarage bengithengela amarolato mara ngingakawafaki so lo mnyango ungena through garage lomncane bungana security doors shaya wona ngizizwe mazoshaya think besezoshaya kwesi2 it's raining papa I think uNkulunkulu wenza izinto ngendlela ithama lamali bazwa mara into engishayile mina itoto mama mara ngizwe masikhahlele iminyango when somebody ungapha Nkululeko kakhuluma ngawaleveze ngazomuzwa ifuvukile
yeah
ngaphansi mangichecka kulayitini and these people they are kicking iminyango ngoba baye bakhave above akudiye ukuthi above umnyango bawukhawa indlakini yaza ngithi abantu nekamera lelo Chero Senjini sister mara ngizwe voice abafana ukuthi musla kunabantu mazikhaba lo mnyango kababa cause umnyango kababa uface ebona ipurchase iface ebona ewam uface ibonda leli baba so iminyango bebheka nawo lo thama sikhabe ngoba ngilizwe ngoba ukukhaba khabile or bawushanga something ngoba lithema liphaphama ukwabona into if there's like umese lethe umuntu uphethe umese makakwazi noma ngaba uboni but you will hear into my when somebody steps somebody.
Yeah, the impact of the stabbing.
Impact, yeah. And then bese ithama lehema ngizwe kube ngathi kuchitheka amanzi angithi noma kuthela something
Yeah.
ngilizwe lehema kuchitheka amanzi ngizwe ukuthi la when I was about ngoba bese ukwabona into obenza kuba bakuzitshela ukuthi fuck cause mangiyimnyango ngifuna ukuthi enangiqokanga I slept naked mina ngikhube ngithanda ukulala
Sure.
shalo mnyango owami lo ngithi ngiyaphuma kube nencolo ukuthi la ngingasurvivor mara labantu bazongibulala cause akunanix la and I'm naked.
Yeah.
So Nkululeko le awuthi shaye lo mnyango yabo lento mina bengikhiye ekamereni nami ngazi nethi waiting ishaye lo mnyango khona lento le banja le ebamba mawukhiya ngena kuyo lento imuve mayimuva ngibona ukuthi izovuleka ngoba zishaya kayi2 kwesi3 ngibona ukuthi izovuleka kube nento ethi pretend ngathi ukhuluma ngefoni I pretended as if ngikhuluma ngefoni thama lambe lisebenza ngeelectricity belinzima kakhulu so belifaka amalight la ngaphansi these boys kula babaleka khona mababaleka ngoba ngikhulumela phezulu angazi nethe ningangeni ngapha nazo intwana zile endlini like ukukhuluma kanjani
Sure.
pretending
Wow.
yabo so ngizwa ama footstep yabo ngoba ama gate labo wangekho there was no gate inside elikhulu enqambeni ngekho nale paving bengekho bekuyi gravel.
Yes,
So
I remember.
bahamba bagijima ukuthi
Yeah.
so masibaleka ngizizwa ukuthi sidlula ngasewindweni ngizwa ama footstep kick yabo mangivula iwindow bekune light ngale mangicheck 2 people basivale ngamahuli lentwana ithema i10 Nkululeko A1 ngibe shock ngoba intwana bengiyicoach yabo kuma juniors but bebuye ejele nge15 years nayo I was like mara ingqondo sekuthi kumele ngibaleke manje ithamanya lizo lehema and yazi lenzeni ushuthi ngoba ngivula umnyango naked kule ngabaleka and mangibaleka ngiphuma la egarage ngidlula labafana ngibabona emuva mangivula bathi bangathi bayi-toilet bajika babona ukuthi musingathi akunamali they were drunk I saw them abangizwanga noma ngibaleka ngibone TV there was a TV not this one a big TV nje lo lezoqala
Yeah.
a DVD on top ngizibuza ukuthi mara ngizibuza ngiyadlula yabo ngigijima ngiyakule ntwana bengihleli nayo hlala street ngifuna ngiboleke ibhuku ngiyayitshela nginike enye insimbi nje ngiyiguqa enye insimbi ukuthi ngiyabuyela lapha the way bezidake ngakhona sengibonanga zifuna ukubuyela ukulanda lezi zinto so bona le toti voice nje yakhuluma abantu bangaphandle after masebari babaya ngaphandle
Bayabona there's no one coming in.
yeah. So that scenario Nkululeko iyaba touching cause mangibuya ngibuye le ntwana ngoba mangiza ngizimemeze ukuthi ngiphethe insimbi lekhulu indra away ngibonile ukuthi maybe isiphethe something cause zezama zangibukela ayikwabanzima ukuthi ngisondele yabo cause mina ngisoba minded drunk ene yabo zangibona nyezenye kitchen but it sense inyana ngama itwenza hamba kancane ziphumela ngale muva but into engizitshele yona ukuthi ngizosondela abaphethe something isibhamla
Sure.
cause number 2 vele ushilo I choose number 3 and 2 ekhona so lo mfana lo Nkululeko ngoba ngimbonile mangibuye ephumela emuva ngithatha isikhathi ubalandela I think iboma 10-15 minutes mangibuye emuva basekho mangijumpa bengihamba ngingaqoka ngaphezulu ngihlangana nevena amaphoyisa iyangibuza ukuthi ngalesikhathi why you like this niyalwa la endlini stuff awushaya umfazi nabo hayi maniceda kwenzakala iscenario so angaliboni ithama mara mani kancane ngizwile la nokho ayisure yeah ngithatha istina ngithi mani kancane yabo 1 ngapha next door endlini esi3 ngiphonsa istina phezulu cause la kunalento bathi ama-committee thamala la ilento street
committee.
Umuntu engazi ukuthi makuna something babiza yena
Yes.
so ngiphonsa istina lamaphoyisa amile ngisiphonse kwesithuli phumele thama indaba ngilitshele thama manje lapha endlini kunzima ukuthi ngiye I can tell you noma ngingalibonanga ithama they are no coxscreen yini ukhuluma ngithi kwenzakale kunabafana abangene lapha bakhawathi ithama labaphoyisa athi sure yeah bafonele abanye lamaphoyisa bathi uyakwazi lo mfana yamasoso ngithi I know him balindele ama-prosecutors obvious nale ntwana iwokhe mhlawumbe endlini bayinika isikhathi ngoba kibo bengazi ukuthi kuphi boma ukokha kusuka la kuya kibo boma 20 to 25 minutes. I can tell you Nkululeko ukuthi this boy ngithe uma ngicela ukukhuluma nalamaphosisa ngafonela mama was yabo angangizwa kahle ngoba bekulo mara ngithe uma ngimexplainela was very shocked, she was shocked. So bacela i-avance esontweni ukuthi bazoba drop amaphoyisa in 20 minutes akabo lo mfana in 25 masifika azange simthole sambe within 15 minutes futhi sibuyele masibuyela simthole mara masibuyela basibonisile ikamera lakhe sinokhile eqaleni babakhe wangilwisa emntana mangeke kwenze lokho and stuff, you understand. Mntana will never do that ngisebenzana ngimnika yonke into baba ngimbonile. I'm not saying you as a parent ngisho umntanakho.
Yeah.
Masibuyela amaphoyisa sivula ngalesithole yamstel ulele la akaqimanga ubeka ibhodlela le yamstel phansi there's no clothes ezakhe impahla idrawing but ma sengibatshelile ngithi amaphoyisa slam bafuna ukwazi ukuthi bani yalapha bekaqhokile. They want ukuthi before uya lapha ukhuluma into yaziyo singayi lapha kanti umuntu bengaqhoka ngale didn't see umbonile sharp bekaqhokile lucky enough I've noticed bekaqhokile dustcoat green asivale ngayo dark green second ibrook lakhe belicream white yabo cathule kuyanginaka edrawing ushuthi wazile ukuthi maybe angangilandela but he was drunk mhlawumbe azangaqabanga sithe masifika edrawini uphoyisa ngoba baguduzile mina ngavula idraw le brook lekhala ilo abalivusa igazi.
Yes.
They took the boy umfana phike bambuze lande igazi yabo ngilimele la yabona ngicela ukuthi ngiwe we understand when you justify. They took the boy to the audience khona akusekho mnandi yabona but these police they running away yabona ukusitshela ukuthi kune scenario la endlini thama lakho lishonile yabona uyazi amaphoyisa they run away stuff but bafike entathakusa nabo sengikhuluma ngalisi ama-undertaker and stuff so kusho ukuthi mina ngibonile ukuthi into ekudala yenzakela but bona they were delaying as if you understand. Lo mfana mabambamba bahlale naye 2 weeks kushaya i-pause motel uyaphika kumaphoyisa ukuthi akusuwe pause motel must check the blood maba check igazi angithi mawele bangene futhi bayenza ama-fingerprints cause ngishilo mina one imp yami imoto beyingekho la and ngibona i-TV namaphoyisa lawa ayenza ama-fingerprints kule TV engale ikukobani obvious kumele benze ama-fingerprint ne-imp yami imoto engikhiphe kule pholo bese ngihamba ngalo ayikho kunama-phones la endlini ngithe mangichecka mase bachecka like nalaba engazuthi ahlala khona wasekho so now lezi zinto lezi into bezingekho ama-fingerprints nabo basitsheli ngoba mina bengwalindile ukuthi do you get something ngama-fingerprints negazi lalo mfana abasitsheli next udlule 2 months babuya basitshela bathi igazilo lalo mfana ile time I choose number 2 yena ukhishwa ama-fingerprint but I choose number 2 amaphoyisa ambambile bamiyeka I think umndeni wakhe wakhipha something angazi angithola so they dangerous ngoba people they were creating stories that they've John Nkululeko. You know when you achieve abantu bakhuluma into eningi there was jealousy here because I remember my funeral be touching but khona abantu they were laughing. I remember my mom told me ukuthi ndoda ubonile abantu they were laughing so sabanye we understand there was stories ukuthi ngiliyona labafana.
Yeah, I knew the story of ukuthi you were drinking with them and then you fought with them. I don't know how I got it, but somewhere in the media I got to hear that.
There was nothing like that. My high court ngoba i-case high court it 33 years same laba gwebe Mandela khona eDelmas High Court kulaba gwebele into there was no even a single guy kulaba fana uthe one besinojoina. I choose number 3 bekagqokile ngelinye iqala limlinka ngo I choose number 2 khonja u2 lo ama fingerprints ukuthi athi kunomfana so number 3 ukhona bathe mabamsesha bathola ukuthi khona iqala boshelwe lona mara ugqokile uza abamfake ama-chain so one admitted one yamazi ujoina na mabamfake eboxini second mina I choose 2 and 3 beze kimi bathi mele siyongena ngabo joina entathakusa sathatha iplug we trunks sijwayele kuyenza si group of form 4 le ntwana ezivele ku cutting edges abayi-oval bekuyi-form 4 lezi nto they were killing people basika abantu amabele la kulelo wish, killing like if indaba ezibaningi kakhulu ngoba I remember ngecase ethi amalambe ngithi bangihambe endleleni ngitshela ukuthi you are next yabo ngoba besazi ukuthi ngiwitness kumele ngikhiphe iphiri yabona so mangihamba yonke umuntu beyangitshela ukuthi yabona wena awena kumele uvale cause abantu aba-different and ama-friend yabo besazi ukuthi manginqamuka the case is done so Nkululeko I'll be honest to you bengicabanga into ezibhabhram khona into ngoba nami bengizimikisana nabantu abangasama-footballers but now into ebekuyijive Nkululeko by then ngicabanga ukwenza okukhulu khona income the calling it's when God ngiqala kuba na listing yaka kuzovela this guy a member of the TC Church case I remember first appearance kithi court 6 months by basitshela ukuthi abafana bavela bodwa they come mabavela so babona first time yabo masiya basiqala icase bayidismissile without seeing those boys kwesithu sibuyele we saw them yabo but I choose number 4 washaya speed ulo mndeni oye wathumela ngoba I choose number 3 ushilo ukuthi 1 kunomfana osongekho la and then it's when kuzimamba ulo mfana kungukuthi iyabuya kithi engqondeni ukuthi kunomamba bakucethe kwenzakala le member of umndeni uyeweze ekhaya wathi lento yenza bosisibami mina ngibazwile bakhuluma and bebafakela umuntu osoyimali usendaweni eso lo muntu enze lento la bengibeza bosisibami but angeke ngipromote ngoba nginomntana kulo mndeni and lo muntu bayenzimela it was like a ubhoti kimi so they iyangithasha ngathi no nami ngona ngizoyikhuluma mina.
Well, in the end, what were the sentences as we wrap up the conversation?
I choose number 1 because udelile judge bekaphika marigazi lamlinga bekanokuthi fuck ijudge mabambuza question eso fuck hayi hlukana nami. I choose number 1 for that my brother ayikhumbula icase oqala bamtshela ngele judge ukuthi sikushanga 20 for the murder igazi lalinga bamshanga 25 life sentence for udelile judge bamshanga 15 years for ukuthi ke waboshwa for ukuthi aphike iqala mara limlinke bamshanga 8 years so all in all the boy is doing I think 52 and then I choose number 2 uvumile but uvumile but bamlinka ngeqalelene mela ngoba I choose 1 and 2 ngekho vuma ukuthi ubani ukwazi. But I choose number 1 is within a week besakula ngekepha ngenhloko phakathi ejele. Some of the member of family izile kimi apologize.
Wow.
Yangitshela ukuthi is like ukule ngengqondo within a week. Lo mfana lo bamthole ngegazi. I choose number 2 bamshanga life sentence 25. Is2 ile ukuthi bekafunana ngalesa sikhathi 3 o'clock ekuseni. 15 years. So all in all 38. I choose number 3 bamdismissa ngoba azange bamnikile ngoba bathi i-statement yes 1 uvume unkinto and bekasha 15 years ngelinye iqala lo even today zangatholakala lo member of umndeni
wasina
lo mndeni cause kuleko there was one time ngicabanga ukuyivusa whereby my life nami sebuyela back esimeni thinking because I've got people abang-representayo nge-law manje, I've got lawyers and stuff. I wanted to start this case whereby 1 lo mfana mabambamba i-chain there could hear cause the media mangiyi-check-a this thing mina Nkululeko labafana bemele baphume bonke but media 1 I remember Daily Sunday when bebasesayidini ngoba bezwa mayikhulunywa iyenzeka bangibuza sokhala tuma media people some platform because bebanokufonela even le khatu mkhatla the one call igama lakho mkhathi CID eliphethe case so beyine pressure abantu bayazi because there were people who were supporting us esifika sibathole la hayi abantu bala emndenini or abangani bami because there was no friend by then like it was me and my mom and they very emotional thing.
Yeah, man, it is an emotional story. If there was no time limit, we could talk and talk and talk. My brother, I really appreciate you giving us your time. The book is out. It's called Ghetto Ninja. Please go and get it. There's so many more other stories as well. It's impossible that the reason why there's a book is because you need to then go and read it for yourself. It's impossible that we would give you all the stories in the book, but I really appreciate you, Junior, telling us your story. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Thank you very much for allowing you in your home.
Yes, I thank you always. I'm here. I'm where I am now. I'm not scared. Wherever I go, it's because of you, bro.
Me
I'm
too.
sorry, kusho so.
Me too. Mina nami my career has gone well. Nginomuzi ngenxa yakho neSpanish senzayo.
Yeah. So ubona lekhaya wena, my brother. Yesterday I interviewed this guy Bugatti. I interviewed so many interviews, special about this. Nange life I'm Disc TV because wherever I go, bro, bangitshela straight the job we're doing with me and you. Azange ube mnandi masicala. But thank you for the opportunity. Mangikhuluma so ufike kungekho grand, bro. Emotionally was broken, bro. It's very tough not ukuthi ube nencosi, 4 of them. Not uyazi impilo ukuthi one I can do it on my own. But I guess me and my brother, it was meant to be because life now is bigger than before. What I'm seeing me, but I'm humble, bro. I don't want to act big. I'm willing to learn every time.
Sure.
I'm humble, but I thank you. Ngoba yonke into elandela because of you, bro. And I'm very, very humble with that.
All right, Ghetto Ninja is out. Thank you very much for watching us on Nkululeko on Culture. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Boom. And we're done.